Doubt sets in to test your courage. Doubt creeps in silently when you're trying to achieve greater things, when you're trying to break your boundaries. It comes, all the questions, all the self-doubt, all the, I don't know, should I, shouldn't I, and all that starts creeping up. When you're not having doubts, it's most likely, my friend, that you're resting on your oars and you are in your comfort zone. And listen, your comfort zone is not where you need to be. Your comfort zone is actually where your dreams come to die. Because you stop testing yourself, you stop reaching for greater heights, you stagnate. Doubt comes to test if that fire, that passion in you is enough to destroy it. That's the test, my friend. No matter how much you've excelled, no matter how high you've grown in life, no matter, at some point in time, these doubts are going to come. What happens, or what matters, is how you deal with them. Good morning this Monday morning. Welcome to Jacqueline's Corner, where we try to face our realities, where we share thoughts, tips, and tools to empower you to reach for your greatness, to be the best you that you can be, and to live in your own possibilities. Yesterday I woke up and it actually started not just yesterday. I had these niggling doubts. There are things I've been trying to do. I'm working on several books at the same time, as well as other goals that I have set for myself, you know. And out of the blues, doubt came visiting, knocking on my door, feeding me with all sorts of thoughts. Thankfully, I'm maturing enough not to give in to this negative train wreck, because it becomes a wreck when you give in to all these negative thoughts. What happens is it brings its evil twin called fear. And believe me, those two are powerful. A lot of people who have failed, who have stalled in life, is due to doubt and fear. They become afraid of failing, and because they are afraid of failing, they fail to try. But I'll tell you today that the biggest fear you should have is not the fear of failing, but the fear of not trying. Because at the end of the day, what are really the things you're going to regret are those things that you feel that you should have done, you didn't try. You're going to start wishing, I wish I had, should I could have, I would have. All the should have, why not, start facing you. By then it's too late. So that is going to keep visiting, keep testing you, keep pushing you to know how much you really want that thing you want, how much those goals mean to you. And at every point in time, your why has to be bigger than any doubt that creeps up. There are little ways, practical ways I try to deal with my doubt. Yesterday when it came knocking, you know what I did? I simply went to my blog and I wrote my heart, I wrote my mind, and I wrote a prayer. Those are the little things I do. I shared my prayer on my blog and on my Instagram page as well. Because I know this is a common problem that we all face, no matter how many self-motivational gurus tell you, or no matter how many books, it's not going to take away the doubts, but it's going to probably empower you and teach you how to face them. We all have them. You're not going to be an exception, but the exception is, how do you deal with this doubt? Well, this is my own step, what I do. Once I start having a doubt, I try to isolate it. I try not to get over emotional. I try to isolate that question, that doubt in my mind, and try and piece it apart. Why is this question arising? What could have brought it up? Where is it coming from? What's the origin? I try to gain an understanding of why I'm having that particular doubt. It helps me. It may not answer all my questions, but it helps me get a grip and control. Then secondly, I try and change my circumstance. One thing that works most is, you know, our thought pattern, our mental acuity and state of mind is different from our physical. You know, the way our body thinks is not the way our mind thinks. Our mind just works with what you give it, the thoughts, the feelings, the emotion, the hormones, and all that. So trying to do something that will, kickstart your happy hormones, that will jumpstart that dopamine, helps. Like a quick brisk walk, a jog. Do something that takes you away from that state of doubt to elevate your mind a bit. You see, that's why people go to the gym. Some people are addicted to going to the gym because they get that release, that rush. There's an extent you get to, when I was still working out so well, there's an extent you get to when you feel it. You really feel that rush, that release in you. So that's another step. Change your physical situation at that point in time, and you'll be surprised how relaxed you can get by 15 minutes of change. Then my biggest trick is to free write. I just open up a page, wherever I am, I write. It doesn't have to be correct. I'm not writing, it doesn't have to be the perfect Queen's English. Just pour out your doubts, let them out on the page. Yeah, it might sound like very common, very funny, very simple, but truly it works. You're burdening yourself. You're putting out the doubts there, stacked on the page. So you look at them, you write it out. Write as many thoughts that flow into your mind. Just keep writing. Just write until you think you have exhausted the niggling doubts in your mind. You'll be surprised how much this helps. I know how much yesterday when I wrote my Dear God letter. I believe in God. I'm not trying to impose my belief on anybody here, but I wrote a Dear God letter and telling him that I have dreams, I have plans. Sometimes it looks as if I don't know where I'm going, as if my path is so murky, but I am trusting him. And I have the sense that there is something, there's a release, there's a supernatural being, more than I am, out there in the universe. And I believe that it's not his intention, or it's not the universe's intention to hurt me. Yes, we do get hurt. Yes, things happen. That's part of life. That's the process called life. A successful life is not necessarily about the material things that you have gained. A successful life is a life of continued growth, consistent pushing your boundaries, even till the last twinkle of the light of your life. That is success. Living, going until you're gone. So these are the little steps I implement. I free write. I change my physical circumstance. I try to understand why I am having that particular doubtful moment. And I don't stop going. One thing that you shouldn't do is to allow doubt and fear let you parked on the side. That's the greatest disservice you're doing yourself. Just keep going. Just keep going. Just keep pushing through, and they will melt away. They will melt away. That's the truth. It's as simple as that. You're going to have doubts. Probably you're going through stuff this moment, and you don't seem to know where to turn. But don't relent. Don't give up on your dreams. Don't give in to doubt and fear. You're not doing yourself any good. Just keep going. Like I had said, the greatest fear you should have is not the fear of failing, but the fear of not trying. And as well, try and think in abundance. An abundance mindset helps you, understand that you can fail 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times. And then you reset and start again. Because the truth is, success does not come probably the first trial, second trial, third trial. Success might come after so many trials. But if you give in after the first one, then you give it after failing the first time. You're giving into a stingy mindset. You can't afford to be stingy to yourself on your dreams. You have to keep reaching, keep dealing with those doubts. And yes, feed yourself the right stuff, the right kind of information when you're having doubts. Some people's doubts are triggered off by a kind of music. Sometimes it could be a movie. Sometimes it could be listening to the negative back talk from here and there. And all these things embed in our subconscious, and they start attacking you in their own little ways. So do yourself a favor. At the end of the day, before you put your body to rest, feed your soul, feed your mind with the kind of message that would help it to unwind, that will fill it and infuse you with positive thoughts. Positive affirmations do a whole lot in our lives, more than we can even imagine. Before you go to bed, feed your mind with positive things. Say positive things to yourself. Even when the doubt is saying, you think you are all this, all that, ignore it. Feed yourself. Have a list of your own affirmations for yourself over your life, because you speak life from your tongue. You speak life into your life from your tongue. So speak those life every day. Use them. Your mantras, surround yourself with them, and let the negative talk filter away. Thank you for listening to me this morning. It's always been a nice time talking to you. I appreciate your patience and your time. Now let's go get those doubts out of the way and do the things that we need to do. Have a blessed week. Don't forget to subscribe and share this video if you think it's useful. Thank you. Take care and be blessed.